In the 1970s, we watched helplessly as the price of fuel soared when supplies were cut off by the OPEC oil cartel. We had few energy alternatives.
The time has made us change, and I understand if you don't want to talk to me about it.
In the 30 years since the oil crisis, the power of a wind turbine generator increased 250 times. Demand for energy is increasing.
See the lights surrounding you, so don't be afraid of something new.
Europe is becoming more dependent on energy imports. OPEC controls 79% of crude oil reserves. Russia is flexing its energy muscles. European gas supplies are at risk.
I believe in you.
The recent tripling of the oil price means that Europe is paying an additional 30 billion euros on annual gas imports.
Every euro used for importing oil and gas means money flowing out of Europe.
Europe is at a crossroads. We are facing an energy challenge and an environmental challenge.
Europe is changing, and we must shape this change in the right sense, namely energy security, climate change.
We now have the technology to turn the looming energy and climate crisis into an opportunity for Europe. In the next 25 years, more than half of Europe's aging power plants need to be replaced. Clean and indigenous wind energy can help meet this requirement.
When we do change direction and increase the renewable share, imagine the benefits.
In the last 5 years, the wind industry has installed more than 30% of all new electricity generating capacity in the EU. That effort can be replicated in other regions of the world. Wind power could be producing a quarter of Europe's electricity needs.
A new, energised Europe. A Europe with the ultimate power, its own.
Europe will never be a net exporter of fuel. However, it can win the energy battle by developing, deploying and exporting wind energy technology to a world that cannot afford to live without it. European companies supply 75% of the world's wind turbines technology.
By 2020, the European Commission has made an estimate that 1/3 of power could come from renewables, and the biggest part of it could and should come from wind energy.
The challenge of shifting our energy supply towards 100% renewables is insignificant compared to the risks and the costs of continuing with the current structure. Europe's economic future can now be planned on the basis of predictable energy costs. Wind power. Seize the opportunity.